forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans, it's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today from RJB, it is a killer game featuring HyuN and Flash. On what map? You know what it is. It is a Monty Hall. Top left, Monty Hall is back. It is our Purple Terran player. It is a Flash, and in the bottom right, it is HyuN. Alright, HyuN, you got your work cut out for you today, man. Flash is back, and he's grinding the ladder, and it's Monty Hall. So what is your plan here on Monty Hall? This is your main base. It is super large, and you're trapped by these minerals. But there are only 48 minerals inside these mineral patches. You can mine through them, or you can glitch through them. And I feel like both players know how to glitch through them on this map. And maybe this is your natural, or maybe this is your natural. It's really up to you. And in the, let's see, where did I post that? Where did I post that game? Oh, in the cheese compilation that I posted. So if you want to see a fairly weird game in StarCraft Evolution featuring a, let's see, was it a StarCraft 2 Protoss player versus a Terran player for Brood War? I don't know, man. I don't know if it is or not, but it was a very, very interesting cheese game here on this map. They glitched through here, and then they glitched through, instead of glitching through here, they built an assimilator. Oh, never mind. There's an assimilator here on the Monty Hall map in StarCraft Evolution. Okay, so maybe that's why it's here. Anyway, they used this assimilator, built on a Vespene geyser, to go ahead and mine, and then return to the assimilator to get rid of the minerals, and then go back and mine again, and then again and again, and then bam, you're through. So wow, that was an incredible game. But we will have to see what is going to go on here that makes RJB so hyped for this game. There we go, glitching through Mr. SCV. And it is a TVZ here. And yeah, glitching through again to get a hatch first. And looks like glitching through again here. So here you go. Let's look a little bit closer at this glitch. And there you go. That's how you do it. Just get a drone there. Just squeeze them up there. And then have another drone harvest these minerals. And bam, you're through. Oh my gosh, is this 3 hatch before pool on Monty Hall against Flash? We know it's Flash because this is his unique barcode he is using to ladder. But I don't know if HyuN knows this at this point. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh, hang on. There's an SCV there. Okay, so he knows it's a hatch first, but he does not know it's a 3 hatch before pool because he does not see this, or he does not see the spawning pool coming up. Yo, this is such an exciting opening here on Monty Hall. And this is going to be a Patreon game. For those of you supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month, thank you for the support. And if you're watching this the week of November the 15th, I appreciate ya. Every little support I'm getting these days as I'm trying to make a go being a full-time streamer. I appreciate you and love you very much. And if you're watching this, I don't know, like in, let's say, December 2024, hit that like button and subscribe, man. I am here 6 times a week with new StarCraft VOD uploads, full games, and I am streaming 6 times a week as well here. We're doing live games. We're doing pro games. We're going little-known names. We're going names like Flash and Sulky and Snow and Bisu and Jaedong. We're doing all sorts of great stuff, and so check it out. Come say hey. The live streams are here all of the time. Like I said, about 4-hour stream 6 times a week, so check it out. So, Hydroden coming in. Sunken here. Oh, and almost one more shot on that SCV to take it down. What is Flash's response going to be here? He is opening 2 Port Wraith. Let's go. 1 and 2. And let's get it going here. It's going to be Wraiths on this map. They're pretty good. They are pretty good because it's weird to like get your Hydras out to defend this base. This is why we're mining through this wall for defense purposes. More than anything else here. Got Hydra speed on the way. I like that. Hydra speed is usually an indication you're going to be aggressive. You want the range if you're defending with these Hydras at first, but at this point, yeah, I think range would probably be a better choice out of HyuN. I don't like seeing him. Oh, Ling dies. See him go for that speed upgrade first of all, but maybe putting some pressure up here would be pretty good. So let's see what we get. There's a Hydra defending this third base, and it can deal with this Vulture pretty effectively. 2 Hydras. Yeah, I mean, they can get some work done. A little bit of drone micro here, and you should maybe lose one worker, but really nothing too bad. Vulture gets in for the scout. This is kind of a huge deal as well. Like, all the way down. And drones. Oh, drones get a kill. That drone just killed a vulture. Wow, maybe one drone died during that attack, but guess who's here now? The Wraiths are here. They're working on Cloak. It's not quite there yet. The Hydra's doing some work. Defending. Yeah, man, it's only 2 Wraiths, right? Yeah, so you can't one volley down a drone. Let's go. Okay, there you go. And no, okay, great. Oh, but flying past a couple Hydras there. That was rough. Good defense, good positioning there by HyuN to make sure that those Wraiths would at least take... I don't know about stopping here, man. Yeah, every hit you take, you're very close to death. So Wraith has got to get out of there. Losing that first one is pretty garbage for Flash. Let's see. Let's see if we can deal with this here. Again, Cloak's on the way. I'd like to see a lair upgrade. There we go. We are getting a lair upgrade. And just getting started now, though. Overlord speed is so far away. A spore. I mean, at this point, I know you only have 24 drones. I know you don't want to sacrifice some drones for a spore. But I would have put a spore at every mineral line at this point. Because this is more than 1 Wraith. This is 2 Port Wraith. This is getting Cloak for the Wraiths. And there is a barracks, 2 barracks coming up behind this. So it's going to be a lot of Marines on the follow-up. The Hydras are not going to trade well against stimmed Marines. You're forcing Hydras out if you're Flash to deal with this. There's the Cloak. And now you come in, and if you can snipe this Overlord, right, then the Hydras... Oh, good positioning. The Hydras are covering the Overlord, right? We know these guys are cloaked. That he was so ready for that. He knew. He knew with the sheer number of Wraiths that he's seen already, they were going to get Cloak at some point. You're not going to make this many Wraiths and not give them the invisibility potion. Definitely not. So what is the... Man, what's the play going to be here? Anything? Overlord speed, excellent. A lurker aspect upgrade would be pretty good here too. I know it's a bit counterintuitive because the Wraiths are coming to kill you for the most part right now, but Marines are in production. Marines are here, folks. They are ready to shoot you in the face, too. What do we got, man? We got 6 Wraiths. We got 7 Wraiths. Overlord speed is getting fired up, so yeah. I mean, he obviously knows what he needs. He's not... Oh, there's a spore! They can one-volley drones down now, but I think these are acceptable losses here, right? The spores. He did the thing. He's getting a spore. That's a spore, right? Let me click on it. That's a spore. That's a spore. Hooray. They could, yeah, so one volleying down these drones is really problematic, but losing a Wraith to the spore is also problematic here. That is a scan. It's going to scan up, scan in, try to see what's going on. Ah! Clicked the wrong thing there. And yeah, we're just going Mass Hydra. Oh, there was a lurker aspect coming in. So HyuN might be playing this. I don't want to say perfectly, but he might be playing this perfectly, folks. Hydra Lurker against this Marine Medic Wraith stuff is kind of what he needs, right? The Wraiths to deal with the Marines and the Medics. The Hydras to deal with the Wraiths as much as they can. Trying to get another spore up here. He's like, this is a lot of surprisingly high number of Wraiths that have been flying around here. I've killed a couple of them, and there are still 6. But here comes the push, man. Did we drop them in? No, he mined through. He mined through the wall. Here it comes! Do we have any lurkers yet? No, lurker aspect isn't done. Wraiths sniping that gas. And are there enough Hydras? There's a sunken here. That's a big freaking deal. That is a sunken. This one is also... These are all sunkens. He's got the 3 sunkens. I thought there were going to be spores. Oh, and he's throwing up the lurkers immediately now, too. This is a close touch and go TVZ, ladies and gentlemen. 7 lurkers in production. We've got a ground carapace on the way here, too. And what's the play going to be? It's just, I think this is it. It's Hydras and it's lurkers from HyuN. Trying to get a science facility up. I think Flash recognizes he needs more than this to break what HyuN is cooking. And it's going to have to be the Irradiates. Ventral Sacs getting researched here by HyuN. And Wraiths come back. They want this gas, man. That gas, that third gas, is really a big deal for the Zerg right now. It helps them a lot. So... actually, we're going to pass in the night. Oh, he comes over to this top lane and busts down into this second base. There's only 1 sunken here, and HyuN is not coming home. He's abandoning the lair. Some of the drones try to get out. Some of them do. Some of them do not. Hydra's trying to defend, busting up, trying to get a lurker burrowed on top of the barracks. That's a good way to do this thing. Hydra's kind of blocking you here, guys. It's like Dragoons in a choke. Yeah, lurker spine's trying to do it. Get everybody through before you start firing, you dummies. There you go. Move commanding through. Ooh, lurker egg blocking access to his main base. That's a clutch move by HyuN. A siege tank shows up. It does not have siege mode yet. I'm not sure it's going to want any of this smoke. And HyuN might actually pull this thing off, man. Although inside the main base, this lurker needs to burrow. This lurker needs to burrow or run. One of the two. It is running for it. And it's going to try to burrow without getting killed. And it does get picked off. Oh, no. On the other side of it, though, lurkers and hydras are going to town. Burrow the lurkers in. Burrow them in. I know, HyuN, you're trying to do a million things right now. He finally burrows the lurkers in. He's on top of the Rax production, which is where he wants to be. But the Terran is inside the main base of the Zerg player. Sniping enemy gas. Gonna go after this main hatch too. Maybe kill the remaining 4 drones that are here on this base. This Hydra runs in and dies almost immediately. Lurkers going to town inside the main. There is no second base for Flash. There is nowhere to run. It is a base race, ladies and gentlemen. We are full on base racing. Flash has nowhere else to go. He is gonna take down this main hatch. The lair, actually the lair survived somehow. He spared that? Why would Flash do this? I do not know. But does he have scans? How is he? Oh, he got a science vessel out. That's right. He got a science facility. So he's gonna clear out these lurks, which is nice. It's 16 to 26 workers right now. Lurkers try to save this hatchery. Nicely done. Actually clearing that marine count out beautifully. And the hatch, 48, 20, 10. He gets the hatch. He gets the hatch. 3 marines remain, but still on 2 bases. 25 to 15 workers. The entire army of Flash has been obliterated. The entire aggressive army here of HyuN is dead too, but he's got pretty decent stuff back home. He's okay. These medics going down, that is a lot of the power in that army getting killed too. It's a big deal. Those are also dead. Ling checking to make sure there's nothing over here. Nobody's actually mined through this. The Wraiths are back. Yeah, the Wraiths are back. All 6 of them. There's still a spore here. The Marines did not kill this base or that spore. I don't understand it. I don't know why they didn't kill this base while they were here. I mean, they were blocked on these eggs anyway. And he did kill most of the lurkers that came out of those eggs, but one of them managed to survive, and he killed it later anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Dude, sending 1 Vulture down here without speed or anything is so mean. The responding hiders are here. What a scraptastic scratch and claw kind of a game here this is. And we snipe it up. Yes, indeed we do. Okay, so evolution chamber down. Spawning pool survives. Remaking the hatch inside the main base. Fine, fine. 55 to 48 total supply. The economy is double for the Zerg compared to what Flash is rolling with right now. Siege mode on the way. Big, big, big important part of this dealing with Hydra Lurker is having the siege mode. These lurkers trying to run around. The Wraiths are like, no, actually, you know what? Our anti-ground is not very good. But you give us enough time, we can kill stuff like lurkers. You guys aren't that tanky. Not like, I don't know, an actual tank, which will die to Wraiths as well eventually. Evolution chamber coming up. What upgrades do we have? +1 ground carapace for the Zerg. No Mac upgrades. No bio upgrades here either. So the carapace upgrade is actually helping a lot here for these hiders and lurkers against marines that do have stim and range, but they don't have an attack upgrade. Because every one of their attacks is meeting with the armor upgrade the Zerg player has, and that helps a lot. So lurkers decide to stand. They stand and tank siege up. And the lurkers get out, taking 1 shot on one of the lurkers on the way out of there. Flash still does not have another base. This is the Ventral Sax coming into play. He's like, hey, remember when you dropped up to this lane earlier? I'm going to drop up to this lane. You see that? I don't know if Flash could see that. I think he would have sent the Wraiths after it if he could have seen that Overlord. HyuN getting a 4th base. His main base is back. 29 to 15 workers. Nobody's really macroed all that hard. They're both making stuff. Hydras, yeah, get out of there. Pick up, load out. This guy is still mission impossibling along the top side of the map. Dun 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 dun. Science vessel. Oh, he almost got the science vessel. That would have been maybe the end of it for Flash. He does have a comm sat, so I mean, he's probably making more science vessels too. He is. So no, it's not the end of it. This 1 lurker trying to drop in here, but there's already a siege tank covering that main base. But man, look at the base count. If Flash wins this, before we can mine out here, it's going to be really, really impressive stuff. So we are spreading out, trying to avoid taking too many hits. Well, just kidding. It's just the hiders to the north and the lurkers on the southern section here. Are we trying to... Like, you're trying to squeeze around them and go past these guys? Is that what you're doing up here? It's kind of... He is. I don't know if it's a flank attack or what, but he just got spotted. So, never mind. I guess we're here now, he says. Ugh. Lurkers burrow in. Siege tanks not in range to fire. Science vessel providing so much detection. No, not getting a radiate, mind you. It is such a touch-and-go situation right now. It is even supply, but a lot of that supply for the third player is in drones. He needs to survive now. He cannot lose this army, and the hiders try to kill one of these tanks. D-Matrix keeping the tank alive. Yeah, I don't know. I do not believe in HyuN at this moment. There are 5 siege tanks. There are a bunch of Marines with stim. There are medics. There are wraiths. There's a science vessel. Detecting. There are still no upgrades, though. There are still no upgrades, though. On the mech or the dudes. Here we go. D-Matrix up on the tanks. Lurkers burrowing in, trying to get some spines on top of those tanks at the very least. The race providing some anti-ground stuff because that's what kind of game this is. But HyuN's entire army is eliminated. It's 15 workers for Flash. He's got a massive army advantage here. And he's going to come down, siege up these Sunkens, and I'm not sure what HyuN can do about it. He's got Overlords moving. There's nothing in these Overlords. This one Lurker is going to try to come up and get something done, I guess. He's going to run right into the siege tank, though. And no, he's going to hide. He's going to let them pass. Very nice. Like I said, sieging up on those Sunkens, I think HyuN is done for. Getting into that tank tech was exactly what Flash needed to win this game. The Hydra Lurker was great. Up until siege tanks arrived, and then the entire equation changed, and that's it. HyuN is dead. The man's on 4 bases and 30 workers. But I guess the longer he stays alive, the greater chance he has to possibly win this game, right? He's lost hatcheries before. He's lost them before. The thing is, he's in full retreat mode. He's in the ultimate of retreat modes here. He can't engage with this. This is too many siege tanks. There's more now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8. There are 8 tanks here. Nope. Not at all. There's enough Marines to cover these guys, too. I think he picked off one of those science vessels, but, no. Look at this. Look at this. Just slow and steady Michael Myers-esque attack here from Flash. Not overextending. Not unsieging all of his tanks at the same time. Not giving HyuN a window to jump on this with his pretty significant force, honestly. Ooh, Science Vessel got sniped. See, look, you jump on it. Everybody's already sieged up HyuN. D-Matrix helping so immensely here, too. That is it. The army of HyuN is gone. That's a GG. Hydras coming in, rallying to the wrong place, getting absolutely murked. This one Lurker's like, wait, what? Aw. Main base is going to die again, and that's it. GG! HyuN taps out, and it's a win for Flash in a very, very difficult position for our guy. I mean, that was one heck of a game. It's Monty Hall, though, man. Monty Hall brings us the most interesting games a lot of the time, doesn't it? It's extremely entertaining in so many ways. So that is a GG. That is a fantastic game for your Patreon game of the week on Monty Hall. You knew it was going to be fun when you saw the map name, right? And then Flash gets the win, which maybe isn't unexpected, but, you know, he did get pushed. He had Lurkers on top of his barracks, Lurkers on top of his command center. All his SCVs were fleeing. There was not a second base from Flash today. Look at this. Look at this. The man has like 200 minerals left in his base. That's it. That's all he's got. And Terran does have the benefit of lifting off that command center and just landing it down here if he wants, or maybe over here, whatever. It would be fine. He's got drop chips, right? Or he did have drop chips. I don't know if he had drop chips anymore. Regardless, he could have been fine if he needed to get another base. But at the end of the day, just too much. Just too much siege tank, not enough anti-siege tank, and the execution and the pushing here. And again, the tanks were never on siege at the same time. It was a slow leapfrog scenario. The D-Matrix always finding the tank that is getting target fired by the Hydras. And if the tanks are alive, the Lurkers are not going to do much. That was the thing. Hydra Lurker was great until the tanks showed up. and the tanks won the day, as they often do because they're such a good unit. So GG, man. That was one heck of a game. Thanks again, RJB, for the replay. 72,000 to 79,000 points. We got an outspend here, or outproduction here by the Zerg player. Got out killed by the Terran player. Makes a lot of sense. 12 buildings raised by the Terran. That's a lot of buildings in an 18-minute game against a Zerg. And then the outspend here was actually pretty significant. And that just shows how razor thin this was. If HyuN had been able to hold that attack, he would have won the game because of this income advantage, of this spending advantage. But Flash, on this narrowest, the thinnest of margins, was able to get in there and shut everything down and get the win, and that was awesome. So, GG, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.